Welcome back to Anatomy 101. We're going to do resting membrane potential and other parts of action potential due to the membrane with sodium and potassium. But I'm not going to be talking today. I'm using my assistant.
Hi, my name's Kermit, but I lost my body.
Let's get started.
Hi, welcome back. This is our very prolific image of a neuron. Has dendrites, the neuron, its membrane and stuff, and then this is the axon, and then that's the axon terminal. And here's a magnified image of a membrane. Right now the membrane is at resting membrane potential, referring to the voltage that exists across the membrane at a resting state. The potential varies from negative 15 to negative 200 millivolts, depending on the cell type. Yeah. Welcome back. We're going to talk about the internal and external part of the axon. Yay! Alright, so this is the high definition photo of the axon. Now, the axon over here is influenced or generated by differences in ionic makeup of the internal cellular and extracellular fluids and permeability of the membrane. In the extracellular fluids, cation such as sodium, ooh, spicy. So, I briefly balanced by chloride, I'm sorry, I can't speak today, it's chloride. Look at those, they balance it all out. They negatively charged protons help balance positive charges, like potassium. This has been the internal and external. Yeah.
Yeet.
We're back! But this time with the membrane, the actual membrane. Alright, let's look at it. Now you see here, now the membrane has two different kinds of pumps. The sodium-potassium pump, where only 3 sodiums can make it in and 2 potassiums, that creates energy. And then the regular pumps that don't need energy at all, that cause the leaky fluids. Now, potassium plays the most important role in generating membrane potential. All this stuff down here, the green triangles, are potassium. Both the potassium and the sodium are leaky. That's the natural one, that's the forced one. Potassium going out and sodium going in. That's how it always goes. First 3 sodiums, as I said, go in, and they expect 2 potassium into that. The pump stabilizes membrane potential by maintaining the concentration gradient. That only happens here. That maintains the concentration gradient. This just happens naturally. It's little pump. Yeah. Alright, so I'm passing it off to Pig now because my voice hurts. So it's Pig's time. Yeah.
Alright, welcome back. We're going to talk about the membrane, depolarization, hyperpolarization, and repolarization. Yeah, buddy. Alright, so you see that membrane there, the potassium and sodium membrane? Yeah, forget about that right now, really quick, just for a second. Now there's 2 different kinds of channels, the potassium channel and the sodium channel. Now, during that time, when depolarization happens, that upward climb up here, that's your heart going up, which happens when the sodium channels are open. Potassium channels are not open. See that channel? Forget it. Channel, not open. Now, when repolarization happens, so you hit the peak here, and you come crashing down. Yeah. So, repolarization phase, sodium channels are closed. They're gone. Donald Trump built a wall. They're gone. But the potassium channels, anybody can come through. You're a welcome immigrant. Come here, potassium. You're a welcome. You're welcome to my country in this membrane. That's outside the membrane, though. You're getting out of my country. Now, when hyperpolarization happens, this part right here, that curve, I love a good curve. Now, hyperpolarization, potassium channels remain open, but now the sodium channels are closed. Now we don't want sodium anymore, and we're just welcoming potassium. We love potassium. JK, we don't. We're kicking it out of the membrane. Now, in the resting state, this final stage right here, where it looks like you flatlined and it looks like you might have died, that's when all gated potassium and sodium channels are closed. Sodium activation gates, closed. Inactive gates, open. So, That's what that is. That's your heart. Yeah.
Thanks, John Green.
Back to pig. All right, we're back. We're back, and we're going in hard. All right, so your resting state right there, that's at negative 70 millivolts. That's your resting state. Seems bad, but it's good. All right, now when you start going up for depolarization, you reach negative 55 millivolts. And then you go up. And then it looks like you hit 0, and that seems bad, but you're fine. You're fine. And then it goes up to positive 30 millivolts. Yeah, that's where you hit a healthy peak. And then you come crashing back down. You go back down for repolarization, going past the 0, back down to negative 55 millivolts, and going all the way back down a little bit past negative 70 millivolts, which seems bad again, but it's not. You're fine. That's hyperpolarization. You're doing fine. Then you come back up to resting state. Negative 70 millivolts. You're good. Yee.
So we're back, but I'm not talking again because my voice still hurts. Goodbye. Yeet.
We're back, and I'm going to talk about synapses. Look at this drawing here. It's totally scientifically accurate. Nothing's wrong with it. It's perfectly fine. All right, now we're going to talk about synapses. All right, so synapses. Definition of it is a junction that mediates information transfer from one neuron, this little baby right here, to the next. This is where the action happens. All right, let's look back at our scientific thing. Now, the presynaptic neuron conducts the impulses towards the synapses. So you're gonna slide right in there. Oh yeah. Postsynaptic neuron transmitting a signal away from the synapses. Info's reverse, so it's like yeet, goodbye. Those are the two components. Now we got another two components. Synaptic cleft. The fluid that fills the space in here. That's not completely empty, it's filled with approximately 30 to 50 millimeters of fluid. Synaptic vesicles. The knob-like thing, so this entire thing, that's a knob. The knob-like axon terminal, that's the actual thing, contains many tiny membrane-bound sacs. So all these little membrane-bound sacs. Now, when a nerve impulse reaches the axon terminal, so everything's coming down and it's reaching this little baby right here, it sets in motion a chain of events that triggers neurotransmitter release. All of this gonna happen. Everything's happening here. So, the calcium channels open in a presynaptic axon terminal, and that's when depolarization can happen. The voltage gate of calcium, it floods the terminal. It just floods it. It's gone. It's completely flooded. Now then, the neurotransmitter is released. So that means the calcium directed, it's blocked from the synaptic vesicles. It's gone. Blocked to fuse to the axon terminal. From there, we then go on to the neurotransmitter binds to the receptors of the postsynaptic neuron. All this connects. We're stronger together. From there, the ion channels open in the postsynaptic membrane. These little babies open up. They say, welcome in to our wonderful town. And the neurotransmitter effects are terminated. We're gone. It's gone. Degradation by enzymes associated with postsynaptic membrane. We're all gone. It diffuses away from the synapses. In the process, we're done. We're done. Thanks for coming to our little video about all this part of the membrane. Your heart, everything's fine, you know? Thanks for coming. I voiced the bear who was Kermit.
Hi, I'm Kermit.
And then also, you know, our lovely little pig of, hey, welcome back. Thanks for watching. Yeah.